Welcome to Learn Yourself. Today we are going to study about metallurgy. This chapter is under ICSE Standard 10 syllabus. So in metallurgy we are going to discuss the metals, extraction of metals, their specific ores and some chemical reactions about metals and non-metals. So we are starting our chapter with the difference between metal and non-metal. Here we are covering all the valence electrons, chemical properties, physical properties of metal and non-metal, and we will see that how non-metal elements are different from metallic elements. So first, these are the metals and these are the non-metals. First, ionizes by electron loss. This is a simple difference based on their characteristic properties, but from each and every point the reasons are likely to come that we will discuss as well, and some multiple choice question or fill in the blanks may come from this characteristic property. All those things we will discuss side by side. In metal side, it ionizes by electron loss. Ionizes by, what is the meaning of ionizes by? If sodium atom is there, the ionization of sodium atom will give a sodium ion. When any metal will form ion, that is the meaning of ionizes. So it ionizes by electron loss. All the metals will ionize by losing electron. Na plus, K plus, all this metals are forming ions by losing electron and they will form positive ion. Whereas non-metallic elements will ionize. When they will ionize, they will form negative ion. For example, chlorine. So when chlorine will ionize, it will form Cl minus, chloride ion. So they will ionize by electron gain. Both will form ions. Metal will form positive ions, non-metal will form negative ions. These ions are positive ions, these ions are negative ions. Second point, loses electrons when supplied with energy. When we are giving energy, for example, sodium. So sodium has 281 electron. In its valence shell, there is only one electron. So when we are giving energy, it will lose this one electron and it will form electronic configuration like neon, that is 2,8. So when we are supplying energy, it will lose electron and it is electron donor. Whatever electron they are giving, whatever electron they are losing while forming ion, those electrons will be accepted by some other non-metallic element. So that's why it is termed as electron donor. Gains electrons when supplied with energy. So whenever we are giving energy, they will gain electron. Chlorine's electronic configuration is 287. When we are giving energy, it will gain one electron and form 288 electronic configuration. So when we are giving energy, it will gain one electron and form stable electronic configuration like argon and form chloride ion. They are electron acceptor. Whatever electrons they will get from metallic element, they will accept it. So that's why they are known as electron acceptor. So from this, the reason can be asked like metallic elements are ionizes by electron loss, whereas non-metallic elements are ionizes by electron gain. Then we need to write this one example and show that how they are forming ions by accepting electron or by donating electron. Then second, it loses electrons when supplied with energy. So this can be asked in multiple choice question that metallic elements will loses electron when supplied with energy. So we have to fill whether they will lose electron or gain electron. Then third point, they are known as electron donor, or they are electron donor, or metallic elements are electron donor whereas non-metallic elements are electron acceptor. So the same example you can write there and you can show that how they are donate electron and how they are accepting electron. So with one example you can write all the three answers. Then next point. Metallic atoms having valency +1, +2, +3, or they have valence electrons 1, 2 and 3. That means all this 1, 2 and 3 electrons they will donate and form positive +1 ion, +2 ion or +3 positive ion. So for +1 we can write example of sodium. For calcium it is an example of +2 and aluminium ion is an example of +3 positive ion. Positive ions and they will form electrovalent compound. All the metallic elements will form positive ions and they will form electrovalent compound. Whereas non-metallic elements have 4, 5, 6, 7 valence electrons and remaining electrons they will accept and they will form a stable electronic configuration like nearest noble gas element. They all form negative ions. Why? Because they will always accept electrons. So how many electrons they will accept, that many negative ion they will generate. That means chlorine is accepting 1 electron, it will form chloride minus ion. Then nitride ion is accepting 3 electrons, so it will form N-3 ion. Sulfur is accepting 2 electrons, so it will form sulfide ion, and this is -2. So they will form negative ions. Electrovalent compound and covalent compound. Non-metallic elements can form two types of compound. First is electrovalent compound and second is covalent compound. For example, chlorine is non-metallic element. With another chlorine it will form Cl2. This is covalent bond. Whereas with NaCl it will form electrovalent bond. So one non-metallic element can form both the types of compound, electrovalent as well as covalent compound. The next point is valency. How can we say that this is the valency of this metallic element and this is the valency of non-metallic element? So number of electrons they will lose per atom will be the valency of metallic element. For example, sodium. So sodium is losing 1 electron and is forming Na+. So what will be the valency of sodium? Well, sodium's valency is 1. Whereas calcium is losing 2 electrons and forming Ca+2. So the valency of calcium is 2. And here aluminium is losing 3 electrons. So valency of aluminium is 3. Now for non-metallic elements. So number of electrons they are gaining per atom is known as their valency. For example, chlorine. So chlorine is gaining 1 electron, so its valency is 1. Then nitrogen is accepting or gaining 3 electrons. So nitrogen's valency is 3. Then sulfur is gaining or accepting 2 electrons, so its valency is 2. So that is how we are deciding valency for metallic elements as well as non-metallic elements. Now we will see their physical property and their chemical property. These are very simple. Metals are lustrous, they are solids. They have high melting point and boiling point. They have high density. They have high ductility and malleability. That means it can be drawn into wire and we can beat it and make a thin sheet of it. Then they are good conductors of heat and electricity. Whereas non-metals are non-lustrous, their states can be liquid, gaseous, whereas metals are stiff solids. They have low melting point and boiling point. They have low densities. They are non-malleable and low ductility will be observed in non-metals. They are non-conductors or bad conductors of heat and electricity. Now this point is very important, that metals are good reducing reagent. What is the meaning of reduction? Here we are checking in terms of metals are electron donor. Earlier we have discussed that when they are forming positive ions, they are giving up electrons. So that electron, if any atom is using, and its valency will change, for example from +3 it will become +2, or from 0 it will become -1. For example, chlorine, it will become Cl minus. It is accepting electron. Whatever electron sodium has donated, the chlorine is accepting and forming chloride ion. So this is also reduction. Any element is gaining electron, that element is being reduced in that reaction. So they are good reducing reagent because they are electron donor. Whatever electron they are giving up, that electron, another atom will use it and form negative ions. So that's why they are termed as good reducing reagent. Now this is exactly opposite, that they are good oxidizing reagent. Now what is the meaning of oxidizing? If sodium atom is there, it is losing one electron and form Na+. So whatever electron it is giving up, one atom is accepting that. So it is helping in a way to form sodium a positive ion. So this is oxidation. When any atom is losing electron, that is oxidation. And chlorine is helping sodium to lose electron, in a way chlorine will use that electron. So that's why non-metallic elements are oxidizing reagent, because they are accepting electron and they will help metallic element to form positive ions. They are accepting electrons, so that's why they are oxidizing reagent. Whereas here they are donating electrons, so that's why they are reducing reagent. So that is a basic difference between these two. Then next, they are forming basic oxides. All metallic oxides are basic in nature, and all non-metallic oxides are acidic oxides or acidic in nature. So they are forming acidic oxide like sodium oxide, potassium oxide. Here non-metallic elements are forming acidic oxide. What is the meaning of acidic oxide? When this oxide will mix with water, they will generate a liquid or aqueous solution of acidic pH. So that's why it is known as acidic oxide. Here if you will see CO2, if you are mixing it with water, it will generate H2CO3, carbonic acid. Then SO2, if you are mixing sulfur dioxide with water, it will give you sulfurous acid or sulfuric acid. Then it has acidic property. Here metallic elements are forming oxides which are basic in nature. Now metallic elements are also forming oxides which are amphoteric in nature. Now what is the meaning of amphoteric oxide? With acid and alkali they will give salt and water. So when Al2O3 will react with either with acid or with alkali. So with acid or base which are dissolved in water is termed as alkali. So when this compound is reacting with acid or alkali, they will produce salt and water. Those oxides are termed as amphoteric oxides. Now here non-metallic elements are producing oxides which are neutral in nature. That means they are neither acidic nor basic. Those oxides are carbon monoxide and nitric oxide. So these were some basic difference between metallic element and non-metallic element. In coming videos we are going to discuss about the ore and extraction of metals. So don't forget to subscribe, learn yourself. I'll see you in next video. Till then, keep learning, keep sharing.